flying, we riding to DeFi string. Hoge to the future, it's more than just a dream. Community strong, as far as we see. Born in the game.
We crypto OG. What is going on, everybody? What a crazy week. It's been a beautiful week of weather over here. Got out on the bike, Tuesday night bikes, to anybody that enjoys it. Get out with a couple friends on Tuesday night, go for a nice bike ride at night. Tuesday night bikes. But this week absolutely flew by for me. And I know it felt the exact opposite way for other people. Some weeks, it's just like that. Time is a very strange thing. It's a subject that once you start thinking about it, it's almost impossible to stop trying to understand it. Yet, it's an impossible thing to understand. I have this motto in my life that I live by. My self-titled autobiography would be called, "You can't change the destination. You can only change the time it takes to get there." Yes, I understand. The title is way too long, but I haven't been able to shorten it yet. That motto is the most important lesson a person can learn. You can't change the destination. You can only change the time it takes to get there. If you want to retire and have your time in life back, you can't change the action of retiring, but once you're retired, you hit your goal. But what you can change is the amount of time it takes you to hit that goal. If you want to lose 20 pounds, you can't change the goal of losing 20 pounds, but you can change how fast you can do it. Time is completely out of our control, yet at the exact same time, what we do with our time is 100% in our control. No one knows how much time they have left. We all have an hourglass where the top half is blacked out, so no one can see how much remains. Some people take action with their time to get to their goals. Others just enjoy a normal routine. Each person is enjoying their own timeline, yet none of us can steal an extra minute or an extra hour from anyone else. We all have the exact same amount of time. It's mind-blowing when you really think about it. And I thank every one of you that continue to tune in here each week and change your personal timeline with me. A little fun fact about time: George Washington never knew dinosaurs existed. George Washington died in 1799, and the first dinosaur fossil was discovered in 1824. How crazy is that? George Washington never knew that dinosaurs were a thing. And think about, nobody knew Bitcoin was a thing if you died before 2009. Pretty crazy. So utilize your time, take action, and make tomorrow easier for yourself. In some fun Hoge news, we had a new Hoge billionaire minted today. Someone bought 5.4 ETH, which was $10,200, and scooped up 1 billion Hoge in one massive buy. This single buy moved the Hoge price up by 15%. Oh yeah, by the way, this buyer wasn't a new buyer. They had purchased 1 billion Hoge 21 days ago and then doubled down and purchased another billion Hoge today. As Hoge.Report put it in Telegram, imagine buying 2 billion Hoge at the absolute bottom. 2 billion Hoge is 0.5% of the entire supply. We had 7.7 billion Hoge left on Uniswap to be purchased. Now there is only 6.6 billion Hoge left out there. And 6.6 billion Hoge is worth $76,000 at today's price. So, like 2 or 3 more whales like this join the community and the Hoge squeeze is on. We have all prepared for this moment. We gotta, attract a couple more of these friendly whales, and you have a new chance at a lottery ticket with a fundamentally structurally sound project with unchangeable tokenomics that has less than 39% of its supply. All the supply is out there, and like I said, there's only 6.6 billion Hoge left to be purchased on Uniswap. So There's not much of this meme token out there, and the active supply, because again, we are a 4-year-old meme token, and all the tokens have been out there for the entire 4 years. How many of those tokens are lost forever or gone in forgotten wallets, people that won't be in profit till we're at $100 million market cap? We're at a now we're at a $4.4 million market cap. So again, it gives everyone that opportunity for that lottery ticket again, which is pretty cool. Because again, you can get 1 billion Hoge for 10 grand right now. I know we have been a little silent on the Hoge X account. Both myself, MVR, and N2K have not been active over the last few weeks, which is understandable with the current vibe in crypto. No one even wants to buy Bitcoin right now for some reason, let alone a meme token. But again, no excuse. We need to be better, and we will be better, we promise. Many people are just waiting out the tariff day, which is coming on Wednesday, April 2nd. April 2nd is dubbed Liberation Day by President Trump. The U.S. plans to implement reciprocal tariffs targeting countries with high tariffs or trade surpluses, affecting trillions in imports. While initially broad, the scope has narrowed from earlier threats, focusing on specific nations rather than sector-wide levies like auto or lumber. But these tariffs aim to match duties other countries impose on U.S. golds, potentially raising consumer prices, sparking retaliatory trade actions, and impacting the economy. So, the market is uneasy, and it does not like uncertainty. So once April 2nd comes and the tariffs start, we'll see what happens. But again, that's this Wednesday. So on Friday, I'll catch you all up on what happened. But let's talk about some Bitcoin real quick. This time last year, our debt was at $33 trillion, $113 billion and some change, which is $255,000 in debt per American taxpayer. As of today, a year later, our debt is at $36 trillion, $645 billion and some change, which is now $323,000 per taxpayer. That is a raise of close to $70,000 per taxpayer in debt in 1 year. And yet people complain about what Doge is doing. Did you make $70,000 more? Or actually, you'd have to make $1 million more because you're paying taxes, and we each owe $323,000 per tax-paying American to the government, which is absolutely insane. In the first 75 days of the Trump presidency, Doge, which is the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk and his team of superheroes, have saved American taxpayers almost $250 billion in fraud and wasteful spending. And let's be honest, the hard left is very mad. They are extremely mad and literally getting violent about this fraud, complete fraud and waste being exposed. $245 billion have been saved. This equates to $2,186 per taxpayer in the reduction in debt. So remember, we currently all owe $323,000 per taxpaying American to the government in our debt. And with Doge's hard work, that number will keep coming down. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Elon and his team for doing this for the American people. My mind is blown weekly with the amount of information being brought to the public eyes. And so many people only look at one-sided headlines because they're full of rage and anger at something that they just don't understand, which I understand. It is crazy when you hear the things that you hear. How can that be true? How can this be real? How has that been going on for so long? They have been telling people about this age problem in the Social Security system since 2008, someone noticed. And the system never changed. Action was never taken. And now action is being taken. So, it's pretty crazy to watch. And again, I was a forever Democrat until this last election. Like, you know me, I was a never Trumper. But once you start paying attention and you see what's actually happening, it's crazy. And America's favorable view of the Democratic Party has fallen to 29%, the lowest ever recorded in CNN's polling dating back more than 30 years. So something, it's not just, something is going on where once you see what's happening, it is what it is. I'm not going to get into it. But since 1970, the United States gross domestic product, or GDP, has gone up 24 times. And in that same time frame, our debt has gone up 97 times. That's almost a 4-to-1 ratio of debt to income over the last 55 years. So ask yourself, are you one of the lucky ones? Are you in debt? Or do you make enough to invest and have actual assets? Has the system been working for you, or do you feel like you can't keep up? The US dollar devalued by more than 363% since 2000. That's 14.5% devaluation per year for the last 25 years. This means if your savings doesn't grow by 14.5% annually, you're falling behind no matter what you're doing. Please realize this is not your fault. This is the Federal Reserve and their magical money printers printing money to fund the fraud Doge is exposing in our government. But now we all have a way out. We have a system that moves you from the debt system to the energy system. Bitcoin fixes this devaluation problem. You can no longer be devalued. As of March 2005, 11% of mortgages in America are delinquent on payments. This is very scary as AI comes and jobs become scarcer. Well, depends on what industry you're in, but it is scary. One Bitcoin is worth $84,000 today. Let's say your yearly salary is $80,000. You buy half a Bitcoin for 42 grand. 10 years from now, half a Bitcoin is worth $5 million. You just bought 62.5 years of your salary for $44,000. Bitcoin is time. Let me say that again. If you buy half a Bitcoin today and it goes to $10 million in 10 years, which is completely doable. Many people say it's going to be way higher than that. Now your Bitcoin is worth $5 million. That is 62.5 years of your salary in 10 years. Bitcoin is time. Approximately 493,200 Bitcoin will be mined between March 2025 and March 2028, which is 3 years. I don't think people understand the scarcity of Bitcoin. That's it. Only 493,000 come out in the next 3 years. And one company is already going to buy them all. Strategy has acquired 6,911 Bitcoin on Monday and achieved a Bitcoin yield of 7.7% year to date. And they now hold over 500,000 Bitcoin. 506,137 Bitcoin. Wow. Half the way to what we call a Satoshi. For every $1,000 that Bitcoin increases, MicroStrategy balance sheet increases by $506 million. How insane is that? That's a company that acquires a business every week that literally returns 60% a year, all instantly, the day it's bought. Wild. MicroStrategy has such a tiny market cap, but a huge footprint. MicroStrategy makes up 0.07, so less than 1% of U.S. equities by value, but they made up 16% of all equity raised in 2024. So they make up less than 1% of the entire stock market, yet they raised 16% of all the money last year. So Bitcoin isn't just a store of value, it's a magnet for capital. We need Bitcoin to close March at $96,157 for MicroStrategy to possibly be included in the S&P 500. So a lot of people are saying MicroStrategy might make a big buy on Monday, as well as GameStop might announce another 20, 30,000 Bitcoin or 10,000 Bitcoin buy. And so we do have a chance. Can we get a push over 96K at the end of March? Because that would be huge. But Mara is the second largest company holding Bitcoin at 46,000. Riot is the third at 18,000. Tesla is the fourth at 12,000. And now we have GameStop entering the Bitcoin story. GameStop goes Bitcoin. Meme stock meets magic internet money. GameStop is adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet, making a bold pivot from meme stock to crypto player. The company says it's diversifying reserves and embracing digital asset opportunities as Bitcoin surges in 2025. Diamond hands meet digital gold. GameStop announced they are raising $1.3 billion in convertible notes to buy Bitcoin. So a lot of people were shocked by this move because they thought they were going to. GameStop has almost $4.5 billion in cash on their balance sheet just sitting there. So many people thought that they were going to use that cash to buy the Bitcoin. Instead, they went with the Michael Saylor or strategy game plan, and they used a convertible note, because a convertible note means, yes, you're issuing stock in the future, but if your stock price is high, you're able to get it at a premium. And they can still, the cash is easy. They can use that cash whenever. Now that it's approved, they can buy Bitcoin at any price whenever they want with the cash. That doesn't matter. But if they issue the convertible note first and they get 1.5 billion, maybe it gets oversubscribed, they're at 1.72 billion, and then they use the cash after that, they can go from literally holding 0 Bitcoin to be the second largest corporate holder of Bitcoin and buy over 50,000 Bitcoin. Because with 1.5 billion, they should get at least 10, 15,000 Bitcoin. We hope on Monday, maybe this week. And then they have 4 billion in cash, so they could easily jump Mara and become the second largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. So let the games begin, as we say. In some quick U.S. Government news, the U.S. government has already sold 1,000 gold cards in a single day for $5 million each. So a gold card is like a visa that a company can purchase for an employee. That they're high level, so they want to keep high talent, and they got to get a green card. The company can purchase a gold card for the employee, and they pay the government $5 million for that. And they've sold over 1,000 of them on day one, which is $5 billion generated. Pretty cool. In some heartbreaking news, a massive 7.7 earthquake devastates Mandalay, Myanmar, and impacts Bangkok, Thailand. The videos coming out of there are absolutely insane. Prayers go out, everything. I hope I don't know what to say about it, but just wild. That's why you never know how much time you have. Anything can happen. Mother Nature can come. You can get attacked by a monkey on the street. I don't know. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, expands its blockchain-based money market fund to Solana in partnership with Securitize. So BlackRock's coming to Solana, and yet the price keeps going down. You got to think, the news that comes out in crypto right now is absolutely insane. Like, if you understand the fundamentals and the news, it's just a waiting game. But it just keeps going down, and it's wild. Giving you an opportunity if you haven't gotten in. Right before I got on here, I saw this. XAI has acquired X in an all-stock transaction. The combination values of XAI at 80 billion and X at 33 billion, which is 45 billion minus their $12 billion in debt. So now it is one company. XAI, and X is officially X. And I love Grok. I use it a lot. I use it daily, basically. And You know, it's the future. Robotics is closer than you think. Tesla's leading the real-world humanoid AI. NVIDIA is fueling robotic intelligence. Amazon is automating logistics at scale. And now Grok lands in Telegram. Telegram just hit 1 billion monthly active users, and now it's getting Grok AI. What's the deal? It's free for Telegram premium users. Grok joins the chat at no extra cost. X to Telegram, Grok's first major expansion beyond X is here. So again, pretty cool. I haven't used it in Telegram yet, but I'm a premium member because my buddy collabs in French and I got to understand what he says. So, but that is all I got this week. Have a fun weekend. I know it's going to be like 85 over here this weekend. It's going to be fun. Be at a brewery, having a good time. But have a good time. I'll see you in the chats. Peace out.